Welcome back to the F123 My Team Save. We are in Miami this time around, looking to recover from a very poor Baku, unfortunately, where things did not go well for us. We managed a P9 and 10 as a team on the back of two podiums, which were sandwiched by two terrible performances in Jeddah and Azerbaijan. So at the minute, we're either challenging for or on the podium, or we're on the fringe of the edge of the points. So what will Miami bring today? Will it be more of the Australia and China ilk, or will it be more of the Saudi and Azerbaijan? We shall wait and see. Last year, we managed a P8 in Miami with a fastest lap as well, although I think that was helped along the way. So we'll wait and see how this goes. Pierre Gasly is currently fighting for his career at Chesnoid Racing, so he's going to have to turn up here in Miami as well. And this time, we won't make the mistake of putting old parts in for actual qualifying in the race, which certainly probably didn't help in the last Grand Prix at Baku, to be fair. So qualifying in the race, fully dry, little bit of mixed conditions in practice, but we should be good to get through all of our sessions in practice one and then hopefully maximise the amount of resource points we get. We are still top of the tally, supposedly, by more than we ever have been, but we'll wait and see how true that actually is. You can see the powertrain is the most developed part of the car, and the aero and chassis certainly need work. The aero has work ongoing. The chassis is the next port of call, but I might need to be Spec 3 for that moving forward. That's currently unavailable as the brake calipers, but I can now do the brake discs once we've gotten some more resource points. We could also do weight redistribution, and then we're looking at needing Spec 3. We've got quite a bit we can do on the aero side before being Spec 3, and then durability. I'm quite happy to continue to take grid penalties at the minute because we're more than capable of making up positions in Grand Prix. So, practice, quali, race, podium. Deal? Deal. Let's shake on it. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Come and join me on Twitch, please, so you can see all of this happen live and get involved in the strategical, tactical decisions in the moment. And we'll head to practice now. I was P1, now I'm P4, because Valtteri Bottas has gone 2/10 faster. Bottas in that Alpine is a menace. Fact. Bottas in that Alpine is dangerously quick. Pierre finds another half second. P1 at the end of the session. Go on, Pierre, lad. Do it in quali in the race, not just practice, please, you moron. Thank you. Banging. Practice programs all run. The majority done successfully to the max. And hopefully, lots of resource points. Pierre Gasly, as you may well have seen, was rather fast in P1. Don't know second and third practice times, but we are hopefully significantly more competitive here than we were in previous rounds in Jeddah and in Azerbaijan. Oh, he only got 378 points this time, Pierre, which is not lovely, but we're up to 2,286. Level 18 as a team? Maybe? Go on! No. Fine. Well, I need to put some fresher components in for qualifying in the race, and then hopefully we're actually quite competitive here in Miami. It's going to be intriguing because our tyre wear is good, but I'm having to run very low downforce to remain competitive in the majority of areas. So it's going to be a case of having to drive very well down the twisties and then try and be as competitive as possible in a straight line. We'll see what we can do in quali. I'm expecting Q3, but I think we'll do the majority of our good work in the race, hopefully. Dry throughout, so no worries about any rain.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault.
Put me off so much, I ended up bloody spinning. DRS offline for our quali lap. What are the chances? That is going to significantly hinder us. And I don't think then, with DRS offline for these really long straights, I don't think I'm going to get through. What are the chances that for our one quali lap, our DRS goes offline? How is your luck, Chesnoid? Try and be as fast as I can through the twisties. But if we know we're not that fast in a straight line, And without DRS, holy moly. I'm 3/10 off Iwasa. I'm probably losing upwards of a second if you combine both straights, maybe more in lap time. That was taken terribly, but ultimately I don't think it's going to matter anyway. We're going to be starting last, thanks to a DRS fault on our quali lap.
30 seconds left in the session. Your DRS is unavailable. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix.
I will try and go a bit quicker and hope that my DRS comes back, but I don't think it's gonna. Please come back to me, DRS. Please come back to me, DRS. Damn it! We are finding more time, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. We need to be P16 or higher, and we are P17 because of course we are. My DRS doesn't work for my one quali lap in Q1. We are out of qualifying thanks to a technical fault with the car. I could have been challenging for pole, probably, in Q3, but we will not have the chance to do anything further than Q1. How is my luck? You couldn't have scripted that. We haven't had a DRS failure for 10 races plus, and then you leave one run at the end of Q1 because you think, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We've definitely got the pace in the car. 2 big long straights, your DRS fails. Banging. Thank you. Love to see it. Kill me. Well, P17 to first challenge begins now. The grid then for the Miami GP. Where is Pierre going to be starting? How did he do in qualifying? Checo P2, Charles P1, my rival. Banging, thank you, love to see it, makes me really happy. So where's Pierre then? I expect he got through to Q3. I bloody well hope he got through to Q3. P5 for Pierre. Now he had lots of bad luck last time out in China. I hope this might be his time to shine. He managed to get onto the podium with us in Australia. Sainz down in P15. I start P17. So at least we can maybe follow... Maybe we can follow Carlos Sainz through. Let's see what the race director is saying with everyone else's strategies. I'm thinking of starting mediums, to be honest. I am on a medium. There are those behind on softs. I'm wanting to stay off the hard tyre entirely. I think the hard tyre is a piece of dirt around here, and I'm hoping that we can maybe... It reckons a 3-stop is quicker. I'm going to edit this slightly. Make that stop slight... Oop. I do have another set of mediums to go to, do I? Okay. Because tyre wear is so heavy, let me maybe go medium, medium, soft. It reckons we could maybe be quicker with a 3-stop, but I'm going to try and stay out with the mediums, stay in people's DRS as long as possible, stick with those hard runners, hopefully further up, and just go long. I'm not going to start on the softs, so we'll start on the mediums and try and keep ourselves with everyone else. Fuel-wise, it's recommending starting with 5.5 laps worth of extra fuel, which is a lot, really. We'll try and take some out and save some down the straights, but I am very apprehensive with fuel at the minute. It seems to be absolutely all over the place. So we'll do that. We'll start P17, aiming for a top 6 or 7, do I dare say? Provided our DRS works in the race like it didn't in qualifying. Facepalm. Let's go racing. 0.7. Not great, but not terrible. Didn't want to dab on the accelerator and push myself over. So, with lots of soft runners behind, apart from Piastri, I'm going to try and follow Carlos Sainz through in that Ferrari, because we're both fast cars out of position here. We've had a good start. I was a little bit slow on the uptake, but I am slightly concerned about T1, to be fair, but we managed to time the braking well enough. Zhou Guanyu on those soft tyres with a good start. I ran a little bit wide there, otherwise we might have been able to take Carlos Sainz. We've gone from 17 to 18, thanks to Zhou Guanyu on those soft tyres, but obviously we will be pitting significantly later than him, and will be significantly faster than him for the majority of the Grand Prix anyway, so I'm not worried about Not worried about losing a position at the start. We are going to be making positions. We hope to be making positions throughout the course of this entire Grand Prix. So we're not too concerned at the moment. It's just a case of surviving the start, and then we can take it from there. Get a good exit, Ches. Not bad. Not bad exit.
Focus now for the rest of the race.
Right. No more mess ups. The inside of Carlos Sainz, although he's still there. No, we've got him. We've got him. Okay. P17. No DRS till next lap, obviously. Do I? I'm going to let off the brakes a little bit and throw it up the inside of Zhou Guanyu. He saw me coming. He's got the inside line there. Oh, I've got the inside line here.
Nice overtake.
And we're up to P16. A little bit awkward over the curve, but got it done. And Zhou on his softs is going to be quicker through these twisty bits in the early stages. Hopefully, with some good ERS management, we keep ourselves competitive and then close in on those in front. Lots of medium runners in front, hard runners right at the spear of the race. But then look, those medium runners, Charles and Lewis, have actually disappeared a little bit at the front, and they're getting away. I think Lando will probably be a bit slower and slow up some here. We might have a bit of a train behind Lando, and K-Mag and Alex Albon will try and get a little bit further forward if they can on those soft tyres, but I don't know whether Alonso will be vulnerable enough, or either Alpines on hard tyres will be vulnerable enough for those guys to actually be overtaken. Time will tell. 4% tyre wear so far. Tyre wear might be a deciding factor. Come the end, we might end up having to switch to a 3-stop. We'll play it by ear, but we could always go medium, medium, soft, soft, rather than medium, soft, 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 if we need to. Norris is falling backwards now on those hard tyres. Already some medium runners are past him. Liam Lawson for one. Try and stick with these in front now through here. Make sure we get DRS down the straight. Always turn too tight for that one. But we're definitely well within DRS, so there's no problems there. Still got the soft running Zhou Guanyu right behind, so got to be wary of him still. But we're alright. And DRS will be enabled here. Right, decent exit there, and with battery we'll get a couple, at least one here. Gonna go around Lance. I'll try and get Lando in the braking zone as well if I can. I'm not going to be able to get him. Lance is actually fighting back a little bit here. But we'll squeeze him out. That's P15. Now I need to get past Lando and stick with those medium runners in front, because Lando on hard tyres is going to be slow.
Our teammate by 5.5 seconds.
Cannot afford to lose time on the two Aston Martins, Yuki and Liam Lawson. There's definitely a gap opening up as well, isn't there, between P11 Yuki and P10 in the Haas. Still only P15 at this stage, but we're only on lap 4, so it's fine. No panic yet. No panic yet. Lando may be out of DRS range, you know. He was. Lando's a sitting duck. That's the difference DRS makes down that straight, which is why undercutting and losing that DRS on anyone is not the way to go here. When DRS is that strong and that important, what you want to do is ensure that you are using someone's DRS for as long as possible. So I'm not going to be undercutting. That's why we're doing a 2-stop, not a 3-stop. We want to make sure that we have DRS for as long of the race as possible. Liam in a faster car than the Williams, but Alex on a softer tyre than the Aston Martin. It's quite a close battle between the two, but it's a battle that Liam wins for now. Round 2 into turn 1 perhaps, but seemingly not. Now we need to make sure we stick with Yuki, because he's going to disappear after that next gaggle, which he has done actually. and caught that next gaggle. That next group says to me that they're definitely catchable for us too. Not sure where Pierre currently is. P6 maybe.
Use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
I'll ask about Pierre. I'll ask about Pierre again. Pierre P6 currently. Pierre is actually tucked right up behind a Red Bull at the minute. 10% tyre we're after 7 laps. Ish. 10%-ish. So we will probably be about 35% by the time we get to our first stop. Lap's 20, isn't it? Or 21, it is lap 21. So whatever our tyre wear is at the end of this lap is just treble it, basically. And that should be us for what we expect at our pit stop. Try and leave some space here for Alex Albon, but we are past him. Now I need to get up behind Liam Lawson, sharpish. Not sure where the DRS detection point is for here. It's just round this corner, but unfortunately I'm too far behind, so we won't have DRS down this straight this time. But hopefully we will be able to close up before the big long straight in Sector 2 next time around. We'll have to use quite a bit of battery to do so, but we can do it. And with the room in front, we can be a bit more Dan Dare on the brakes as well. And we'll even have DRS down into turn 1. Which Liam doesn't have on the car in front, his teammate. It's mad how much better the brakes are with the AI. But we do have the ability to improve our brakes now with resource points, so that might be something we need to really look to do. Alternatively, it might just be because we're running such low downforce here in Miami and our brakes are actually fine. So if they're 2-stopping, they're probably going to stop about the same time as us. Lap 20, lap 21-ish. But because some have started on hards, that makes me think that maybe people like Liam Lawson that are 2-stopping are going to go medium, medium hard rather than medium, medium soft like we are. Maybe that could work into our hands a little bit later. I might, and it is a might, consider stopping a lap early just to get a little bit of an undercut, but then still have DRS when we come out after a couple of laps. Because there's a lot of cars in front here, and if we can get an undercut on some of these, it would be huge. So I might pit lap 19 rather than 21. Right, I'm going to go for Liam Lawson here around the outside. We're all hitting 218 miles an hour at the end of the straight. It's going to leave me space, which will be his undoing. See you, Liam. Yuki Tsunoda in front. The softs on Kevin are going to start to go soon. We're only planning on doing about 15 laps on our softs at the end of the race. And I'm intrigued to see where the mediums are after that sort of time frame, so we can kind of gauge what's going to happen with our soft tyres at that point of the Grand Prix. I have a funny feeling Yuki's going to get K-Mag here, and it's not even going to be close. If he goes to the right, I'll go to the left. We've boxed him in. K-Mag's gone defensive. Yuki's going around the outside. I thought about trying for the inside, but I'm not going to risk making an accident or causing an accident. But Yuki is through, and we're going to need to do the same to Kevin down the straight into the final big braking zone. Yeah, Kevin's tyres are knackered. He didn't have any traction there coming off the corner. The softs are done. After 11 laps, the softs are done. K-Mag dealt with. I didn't realise I kept my battery on actually there. P11. No one in the pits yet. Pierre is currently P5, I think. He's got past the Red Bull. I think Pierre might be the first of the hard runners, maybe? Or second of the hard runners, but Pierre is having a very good Grand Prix so far. In fact, Pierre is actually at the front of this whole train that we're at the back of at the minute. Lawson is now past Kevin behind as well. This K-Mag continues to tumble. Still no pitters. I think the soft runners might be in behind this lap, maybe. Too busy looking at the minimap. No, nobody in. Oh no, there are some in. There are some in right at the very back. That group of soft runners at the start, as we looked at the race director on the grid, that group of original soft runners right at the very back are pitting now. And by concentrating on that, I've cost myself DRS down this straight to Yuki. One says by 1 millisecond. Liam's caught right back up again. I imagine then Kevin will pit this lap. K-Mag might well pit this lap, perhaps. Big lock-up by Alonso there. Gasly's in now. Gasly's in on lap 15 from his hard tyres. That's an old one. It's very early to stop on his hards. It says to me maybe he's picked up some damage. Or he's 3-stopping with a hard first, which is odd. But if he doesn't have another set of mediums, then he'd have to hard, soft, soft, soft. He must have a set of fresh mediums, surely. This is hard, medium, softing.
They're in 18th.
I want to know how many stops he's got left. He's gone hard, medium, though, Pierre. So maybe he's going hard, medium, soft, or hard, medium, medium. Yuki's now past Fernando, and we are in the points thanks to our teammate pitting. There's yellow flags at the end of this straight as well. Something might have happened at the final turn. I think there's a Mercedes going slowly. There is a Mercedes going slowly. Can't concentrate on that. He's gone into the pits, perhaps, has he? No, Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. Lewis retires on the right-hand side here. Sorry, the left-hand side. He's now out of this Grand Prix. Alonso has taken Tsunoda again. There's a number of drivers in the pits right now, and it's all kicking off. I think the 3 stoppers are in. We're up to P6. We're still planning on 2 stopping, but I think I might still pit 19 rather than extending all the way to 20 or 21. Wait and see how things develop. Oh, I got boxed in. Yuki's going to get Alonso. I had to brake down the down the back straight. That was crazy. I thought, if Alonso moves, I'm through, and I'm not going to get out of it until I absolutely have to. Turned out, I absolutely had to. I had to slam on the brakes at 200 miles an hour to avoid crashing into the back of the Alfa Romeo. Yuki thought about it. Alonso's gone defensive. Ah, and then Yuki takes the gap I wanted to go in. It's twice now I've tried to go for an overtake and had to get on the brakes midway down a straight just to avoid a crash. Because I keep getting boxed in. Always got to keep your wits about you in Formula 1, haven't you? Alonso's going to go defensive here. Could try and go around the outside of him. He's gone deep. I don't know whether he made contact. Safety car.
Safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta.
Esteban Ocon out of the session. Safety car. Well, I'm pitting now then. I'm pitting this lap. What's happened to Esteban Ocon? Around the outside of a Red Bull. Ah. That's what happened. There's been a spinner. He's dropped it. Lance Stroll has dropped it. And then Ocon is going to come round. Nowhere to go, boss. They're both out. They're both out. But because Ocon is battling with the Red Bull, he comes around the corner, forced wide. Might well be looking at the left-hand side of his eye line at where Verstappen is, or where the Red Bull is, which I think has lost an end plate there, maybe, in that. And then he's no, he hasn't lost an end plate, but he's quite literally got nowhere to go. What does he do? He can't just stop. There's not enough room. The Red Bull just goes through and they just crash. And they're both out, and now there's a safety car. But unfortunately for us, we are just past the safety car. Was just past the pit exit. So, red flag. Okay, red flag. So we've gone from a safety car to a red flag. Okay, so we will just put a fresh set of mediums on and continue our regular pit strategy effectively. It's gone from a safety car to a red flag.
Free stop. So let's think very carefully about our strategy for the rest of this race.
Wants me to go soft, soft. No, I'm going medium soft. We'll go 20 laps. I'm going to have to go a bit further on the softs. On the medium, sorry. I'm going to go 23.15. We're going to extend the medium stint. We're going to do 23.15, and that will be our strategy from here. Fresh mediums, 23 laps, 15 on the softs, and then if we need to pit earlier than that, we can do. Confirm our race strategy. Here we go. A race start. It's screwed those that are just pit. It's really screwed those that are just pit. And we've had a lightning start here. That's P2. Although I've gone deep. I'm on the inside line. Gonna have to go slow. Cars around me. There you go. Second place. Woohoo! Thank you! P5 or 6 to P2 off the restart. On brand new medium tyres. Everyone, I presume everyone else is also on a fresh set. Alonso now on soft, so he's elected to go soft medium. We will go medium soft, and that was banging. Max, however, has decided he's off. Already a 1.7 second gap to Max Verstappen in front. I have a funny feeling Max is going to be uncatchable here, and P2 might be all we can muster. But a P2 would certainly be good enough for me. Yellow flag's behind again. Max has gone, though. Max has really gone. Everybody wave at Max down the straight. We're not going to see him again. Leclerc passed Alonso behind. Alonso still fighting hard. Charles passed and will close in on us. Of that, I've no doubt. We're P2 for now, but that P2 we are going to have to fight tooth and nail for. Trying to use my battery wisely. And we're going on this set to lap 42. This might be, unless those behind catch up, a bit of a lonely stint for us. As they're battling behind, we might just be on our own for 20 laps here. And then chaos at the end. Fastest lap of the race at 1:29.7. Gap to Max has come down a bit. But it's probably him just managing his pace, managing his tyres, whilst I'm having to go flat out to try and stick with. Well, in China, it was a 1v1, Max Verstappen versus the cheese. This might be 1v1 round 2 for a race victory once more. Unfortunately, Pierre hadn't long pit.
By 9.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 10th place. Time last lap was a 1 minute 31.2.
Pierre was on for like a P5 or 6 finish, and now he's down in 10th. To be fair to him, just as when he lost his seat at Red Bull, he hasn't had the best of luck, Pierre Gasly. Oh man. And Charles Leclerc is closing in on me, as you can see. That's gone from 6.5 to 5.8. This P2 isn't assured yet. That restart, though, was banging. Tsunoda actually passed Leclerc. Hello. Battle away as much as you like, gentlemen. That's what's helping me and Max disappear continually. Pierre is at the front of that train now. Hopefully that's him making moves. And he needs to now get up behind Fernando Alonso. Not Fernando Alonso. Carlos Sainz. Let me see if he's actually taken P9 now.
Your teammate behind is 10.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in 9th place.
Yeah. Pierre's making moves, which he needs to do. Now he needs to get after the Ferrari. Pierre might still get maybe a half-decent finish here. And Max will either pit about the same time we do for a set of softs, maybe a little bit earlier than we're planning on stopping for a set of softs, or he'll stop even earlier and go on to a set of hards. Did Max start? What did Max start on? Max started on mediums. So yeah, Max will almost certainly go soft. Well, he'll have to go soft or hard for the end stint. But I'm not sure which he'll choose. See, we have more soft tyres available to us because of the nature of our qualifying. But if Max hasn't used any medium tyres in the race so far, sorry, any soft tyres in the race so far, then obviously he's still going to have at least one set of fresh softs available to him. We are approaching half race distance. Once we get down the Down the back straight, that'll be half race distance. These tyres are starting to let me know that they're not that happy at the minute. Yeah, Gasly's in a little pocket now, isn't he? The Red Bull behind. Checo's been able to get past the Haas as well. Pierre is starting to get up to the back of the Ferrari in front. They're all starting to get past Fernando now. But Pierre is also on softs. So Fernando's on softs and his tyres are dying now. But Pierre's will be doing the same. So it won't be too long before Pierre and Alonso are in for a set of mediums. Or they're going to do what the strategy recommended when we went through the red flag, and they're going to go soft, but I think they're going to go soft, medium. Because I've got more softs available to me than they do. So Pierre currently chasing in P9 continually. But I don't know where he'll finish. These tyres might last slightly longer than the first set because we're not battling with anyone. And the car's lighter. So they might go slightly further than, like, basically by when the red flag came out, they were pretty much done, and we're going to need to take them 4 laps longer than that now. So hopefully there's a little bit more life left in the tyre at the end of this stint than there was in the first. Gap to Max has just kind of maintained itself throughout the stint, hasn't it? We're about to hit the 25% tyre wall. Yuki's been electric quick in that Aston Martin, by the way. He's pulled out nearly a 3.5 second gap on Leclerc in his Ferrari. 25% is here. Now, is it going to affect everyone else or just me? Because at least we know everyone else is on exactly the same stint tyre life-wise. Everyone has done the same amount of laps on their tyres. Alonso and Gasly still haven't pit off their softs. Sainz, oh, get there, just as I mention it.
Pierre is in the pits.
So Sainz is past Gasly. Pierre is now in the pits. Now he's either going for a very long second soft stint or a medium stint because he's already run a set of hards. If he goes to mediums, I reckon he stands a good chance. If he goes to another set of softs, he has gone to mediums. Good. Ayumu is racing. Checo and Bottas behind him have also gone to mediums, but Pierre on those mediums will be good for the rest of the race from there. He's come out just behind an AlphaTauri. But he needs to get past that AlphaTauri as quickly as possible and make the most of his new tyre. The gap to Leclerc and Lawson is very stable. Yuki is definitely closing. George Russell on soft tyres just taken Liam Lawson. Russell now through into P5. Lawson battling back. Pierre is past the AlphaTauri, which is good news. Now he can just pump in the lap times on a fresh set of tyres and hopefully make up as much time as possible. He may even undercut me, considering we've still got another 7 laps to go before we consider pitting. He might undercut a lot of us, but then obviously we'll be on faster tyres. We'll be on softs to the end. I could maybe pit now and go on hards, but that would just be pointless. The hard tyre is so dead around here. Even brand new, the hard tyre is dead around here, let alone after 10 laps or so. We're still keeping Max honest, though. He raced into that early lead, and we've just kept him there. But like I say, he's probably managing his pace and managing his tyres. I'm having to go as fast as I can. Basically, when I play the game, I don't do tyre management. I just go as fast as I can, as long as I can, and that's how I race. Tyre management isn't really in my vocabulary, nor is it that easy to do on controller compared to wheel and pedals. Gasly, in fact, has just taken the fastest lap of the race. That's how well Pierre's tyres are going. More drivers in the pits behind. And Pierre is making positions now. He's right behind. Well, it has to be George Russell because Lewis is out, isn't he? So George Russell has pit from his softs and Pierre is now right behind him. That might be a battle that continues for a while. No, Pierre is past George Russell again. Go on, Pierre, lad. Around the outside at turn 1. Yes, Pierre. Yes, Pierre. Go on, son. Get your elbows out, lad.
They're sitting in 7th.
Seventh.
Last lap was a 1:30.5.
So the move on George was for 7th. Someone else must have pit. And Pierre is now up to P7. Go on, Pierre! Yellow flag, don't be Pierre. Don't be Pierre. It's Pierre! Are you kidding me? No! What is his luck? What is my luck? We've just picked him up. We've just picked him up. And then immediately, wait for it, bang! There goes the engine. I cannot believe that. He has literally just taken P7. He's on for a banging result. And his engine's gone. I don't think I can sack Pierre. Because he is just so unlucky. He's so unlucky. Unbelievable. More points lost for Chesnoid Racing in the Constructors' Battle. We will not be able to challenge for the Constructors' Championship this season. I will try my best to challenge for the drivers this season. But the Constructors will have to wait until Season 3. Because we're not winning it this year. Not with the sort of luck we're having with Pierre and myself. Yuki now in the pits on lap 38. At the end of lap 38, Yuki Tsunoda in the pits. So he's going softs to the end from lap 38. So we will have a tyre advantage on... Oh, pay attention, Ches. We will have a tyre advantage on Yuki Tsunoda by about 4 laps at the end of the race. But he's going to undercut us. Yuki will definitely be beyond me. So do I react now? Do I pit now and cover Yuki off? Or try to cover Yuki off? Or do I still hang it out and wait till lap 42? Has Max binned it? No, Max hasn't binned it. Pierre's just pulled off to the side of the track. Oh, I think we have to cover. We have to cover off Yuki's push. He's already gained by 2 seconds. I've got to box. I've got to box. No, I think it's too late. And he's already gained so much time. I think it's too late. I'm not going to box. It's pointless. Pitting now, having 1 lap's worth of fresher tyres is pointless. I'm going to box 42 as we planned to. Leclerc's gone to hards though. I was about to react to Charles Leclerc and pit a lap early, but Charles Leclerc has gone to hard tyres. I'm not going to react to that. Charles Leclerc going to hards is a terrible decision. He's going to be so slow to the end. I tell you what, I might box this lap. We'll box opposite Max. We'll box opposite Max. If Max comes in, we'll stay out. If Max goes round again, we'll come in. Max is in. Okay, we stay out 1 more lap. Box opposite Max. So we'll take the lead for now.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Not reacting to anyone else. We're just running our strategy. And Max has gone to hards. Max has also gone to hards, the same as Charles Leclerc. The win might be on here for Yuki Tsunoda, you know. Yuki Tsunoda might be on for a win of a Grand Prix here in the Aston Martin. It must be out of softs. We've obviously got fresh softs available to us because of our qualifying scenario. So, the DRS failure and the red flag save our weekend. Weirdly. The DRS failure and the red flag combined save our race, provided this next soft stint goes well. I can't believe Pierre retired though. I'm absolutely devastated that Pierre Gasly retires again. Through no fault of his own. Yuki's definitely on for a win if he doesn't eat through his tyres, you're right. 100%. He's got a, what, 5 second gap to Max? He's just got to maintain as best he can. Oh, that was close to the line, but we're in for a set of softs then to the end of the race. We'll probably drop to about 6th or 7th. Good stop, gents. A race win depends on it, or podium depends on it. Thank you.
Right, let's go. Come on. That was a fantastic
There's
stop.
3
Faster
cars
than we were
here.
expecting. Look after
Perez,
these
Russell
tyres
and
now,
Lawson.
we'll finish the race on this compound.
Can I get out in front of them? Oh, kinda. It pinches. The exit of turn 2 pinches onto the exit of the pit lane. Liam is on softs, Russell is on mediums. Myself and Liam Lawson are going to look to make moves here. These tyres have got to take us to the end though, so we're going to need to look after them a little bit in the early stages. Make sure they make it all the way to lap 57. If there's a safety car or red flag though, we do have more sets of we should have more sets of brand new soft tyres to go to if we need to in say 10 laps time or 5 laps time. I do have new sets of softs to go to. Purple middle sector. Do I? Sure. Hi, George. Just eased off the brakes a little bit to ensure that I could jump up the inside but still make the apex. And now we close in on Sergio Perez. Give me P4 back, please. Yuki's chasing Max. I'm chasing... Sorry, Max is chasing Yuki. I'm chasing Max. And Carlos, for that matter. And then it's a case of whose tyres last the longest. Or who can be fastest the longest. In China, we tried... Was it China where we tried hard tyres compared to Max's softs? And it didn't work? Now it's vice versa. Now it's his softs, his hards versus my softs. What will win out? Purple sector 2. This should be fastest lap of the race. I'll use a lot of battery here to try and get it whilst our tyres are in good nick. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:28.791. Hopefully that won't be beaten. Oh, I'm barely gaining on Max. I don't know what the difference is between Max and Yuki, but I am barely gaining on Max. P3. That's a podium at the minute.
5 seconds.
Yuki is going to win this Grand Prix, if you had to ask me now. His tyres will massively fall off, you're right, but... Will they fall off enough for Max to close by a second a lap? Which is effectively what he's going to need to do. By the time that Yuki's tyres hit the cliff. Max is going to have to close by a second a lap. He might. He genuinely could. Because once these softs go, they will go. And mine are already 16% gone. So Yuki will be close to that 25% drop off already. If not, at it. Need my tyres to hang on too. My tyres go too quickly. Carlos will be an issue again behind me. Although his tyres are older than mine, so we might be about the same, to be fair, by the end of the race, tyre wear wise.
Catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Max to Yuki is coming down. 6 laps to go. It's 5.2 seconds Max to Yuki at the minute. 5 seconds Max to Yuki. 4.5 Max to Yuki. I don't think he's quite closing on him by enough, but it is going to be more and more each lap. 4 seconds Max to Yuki. 3.5 laps to go. At the 25% mark on the front tyres.
Here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds.
3 laps to go. Leclerc on his hards is actually up to P5 now. Leclerc's done relatively well on those hard tyres, considering their lack of competitiveness. 3.5 Max to Yuki. I think my tyres are just going to give out.
Enough fuel for 3 more laps.
I don't think my tyres are going to make it to get to Max. With 2 laps to go, I need to be within DRS range by the end of the next lap, if we stand a chance, really. I think Yuki's going to win. Oh, man. It just wasn't quite enough in the tyre. We didn't gain on that lap by more than a tenth. So as we start our final lap, Yuki Tsunoda is going to win the Miami Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is going to finish second here in Miami.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And we, unfortunately, will have to settle for third. Yuki's pit strategy turned out to be the best one. He's made those tyres last so incredibly well. My pace is now just as dead as his. And Max Verstappen is going to maintain the gap about 1.5 seconds to the end of the race. Unfortunately, we're able to make quite a few positions, quite a bit of time. But in the end, just not quite enough to get anything more than the bottom step on the podium. It is a podium nonetheless, and after the way that it went in Baku and the way that it went in Jeddah, it's nice to be back on the podium. It could have been a podium in Bahrain, but it wasn't quite to be. We will get the extra point for the fastest lap as well. So we'll get 16 points. Can't remember who's top of the driver's standings at this point. I think it is actually Max Verstappen. So he'll gap us a little bit more. And he may well be the title rival this year. Lewis Hamilton's DNF is not going to do his title chances any help whatsoever. But Yuki Tsunoda wins the Miami Grand Prix. And I'm delighted for him. Congratulations, Yuki. Big up Yuki Tsunoda. That's a win for Aston Martin. For the first time since Sergio Perez won in Sakir in 2020 or 21. The team from Silverstone stand on the top step once more. And teeny tiny little Yuki Tsunoda will look massive up there. Imagine if they put Yuki on the top step next to Shaquille O'Neal. That would be insane. GG's Yuki, you've earned that, pal. Fantastic racing in what is the second fastest race car. We do get 16 points. Charles Leclerc, who started on pole, finishes P5 in the end. George Russell comes home in P10. Oh, what could have been for Pierre Gasly in that Grand Prix? What could have been for Pierre Gasly? So gutted for him. We continue to make money. But where will that money be spent? Pierre Gasly's not getting the results, but his luck is so poor. He's clearly got pace. He's clearly got pace. Because he's been able to challenge race pace or awareness or race pace. I need him. I need his race pace to be up. Pierre just needs to be quick. We can renew our sponsorship with Achieve. Do we get anything Tuesday the 9th? Oh, we are going to get hopefully a DRS activation, which will be fantastic for the next Grand Prix in Imola. R&D progress on the way in a couple of other areas as well that'll be done for the race after Imola. But what do we do in the meantime with that 2,600? I could spend it on more aero. I am tempted to spend it on brakes or even durability, but maybe weight redistribution as well. Where would that be done by? Just before Spain with a major upgrade. Let's do the hydraulics. Let's do that. We've still got 1,100 left, so we could do something durability-wise on the gearbox or maybe on the ICE. I'm tempted to do ICE wear, to be honest, because if you look at our vehicle allocation, we're at a combined 90% on the ICE and a combined 109% on the gearbox. I think I probably do need to start throwing something into durability on the gearbox and the ICE, because it is going to start being a bit of a pain a little bit later on in the season. So I'm going to throw gearbox durability on as well, and hopefully if I do put some more resource points into durability, it will ensure that Pierre Gasly has less failures than he has been having recently. We can manage our sponsors though. Do we change Achieve? Let's have a look. Let's sort by weekly income. So Achieve, what were they giving us previously? That was to achieve the fastest lap in any session. Complete a clean race with Distort. We've done that before. Opaque we've had as well. At least one podium, a podium finish, 25 constructors points, achieve and hold first position for 4 laps. That could be done, certainly. Is it going to be done with a regularity? I don't know. Achieve a top 4 finish, 20 constructors points, achieve and hold first for 3 laps, qualify P4 or better, 15 constructors points, first place for 2 laps. 10 constructors points is absolutely doable. Let's go for Esto Perpetua. Let's go for that one. Whack that on the car before the next Grand Prix. Let's see what we can do with the livery then. Okay, new decals are on the car. Esto Perpetua now on the flanks of the side pods and on the side end plates of the rear wing. Also on the halo as well. Either side there to replace Ashave. And the Ashave that was on the nose cone just there has now been changed to the 7. So we can do our activities. I'll try and make Pierre quicker if I can. Podium celebration party, absolutely we're doing. That's absolutely worth it. And can I do marketing as well? Let's do that. There we go. Now, pass. DRS activation has passed. Fantastic. Durability team building's gone well. Everything else is looking good. The marketing strategy conference has given us some stuff as well. 15 million we've got in the bank at the moment. We're still saving. We're still saving for the next race. We will skip and advance. And we'll head to Imola and see what tyre wear is like. Tyre wear? See what weather is like in Imola. And we'll see what the weather is going to be like. We'll see what the weather is going to be like. Oh my god, it's awful. It's raining every day. High cash balance, I know, but it's not actually giving me... it's not giving me a look at what the weather is actually doing. We can see that it's raining a little bit every day, but by how much? We've extended again as we get to Imola. Aston Martin now being caught by Mercedes and overtaken, in fact, on the performance index, as Red Bull still haven't improved at all since the beginning of the season. Ferrari haven't improved at all since Jeddah. At some point, they've surely got to skyrocket, but what are they doing? Did they not spend points at the end of last season and get stuff ready for the regulation changes? I don't know, but whatever they've done, it's terrible right now. We'll whack the more used parts in for practice here at Imola. And that will be us next time out then. But mixed conditions in every session. How much of a mixed condition, we don't know. It's not giving me any idea. So we will find out together. In the driver's standings, Max Verstappen extends to a 17-point gap over now second-placed Yuki Tsunoda. I'm back into third, level on points with Lewis Hamilton, but above him on race victories, I imagine. I've got a race victory, he's got a race victory. I've got a P2, he's got a P2, but I've got a P3, and he doesn't. That's why I'm above Lewis there. George started the season spectacularly. Second, first, DNF, second, 10th. So George Russell again seemingly has the pace to challenge for a world championship title, but not the reliability. We are 5th now in the constructors as Pierre again fails to score points, but again, not thanks to his own ability. It's more bad luck for Pierre Gasly, who's finished 12th, DNF, 3rd, 18th with bad luck, 10th, and then DNF again. So 3 of the 6 races we've done so far haven't been Pierre's fault. But the other one, in the other 3, he's only got 1 podium. But Baku's Baku. And he was going to get a strong result in Miami. He's still got a little while to try and convince us to keep him. But I don't know. Still don't know about Pierre Gasly. But that is going to bring this YouTube video to a close. Thank you very much for watching. That was intense. Nothing happened in the middle. And then we were on the charge at the end. But unfortunately, just not quite able to close all the way up to Max Verstappen for a P2. We'll take a P3 and go again in Imola next time out. Drop the video a like. Subscribe to the channel. Come and follow me on Twitch and watch these live. And I'll see you next time.